Let me say something that sounds completely backwards. The President of the United States just said he wants home prices to go up, not down. Not eventually, not accidentally, on purpose. And if you're thinking about moving to Arkansas or buying your next home, or selling the one you already own, this matters a lot more than the headline makes it sound. Because this isn't just a political statement. It's a signal about where housing policy, interest rates, and affordability are headed next. And here's the part that nobody's really explaining. How do you make homes more affordable without making them cheaper? In this video, I'm going to break down what was actually said, what it means for buyers versus homeowners, and how this could play out specifically here in Central Arkansas. Because depending on your situation, this could either work for you or quietly work against you. Let's break it down. So let's strip the emotion and politics out of this and just talk reality. What was actually said here is this. The goal is not to make homes cheaper. The goal is to make monthly payments feel cheaper by pushing interest rates down while home values continue to rise. That's the strategy. And whether you like it or not, it's important to understand what that really means. Because for the last few years, a lot of people have been waiting for one thing, a big price drop. But this statement makes something very clear. That's not the plan. Instead, the thing is, protect homeowners' equity, keep value strong, and expand access by lowering borrowing costs. In other words, they don't want prices to fall, they want payments to fall. That's a huge distinction, and most headlines completely miss it. So here's why that matters. If prices stay elevated and rates eventually come down, demand doesn't disappear. It actually comes flooding back, especially in markets that are already affordable compared to the rest of the country, which leads to the bigger question. What does this mean nationally? And more importantly, what does this mean for Central Arkansas buyers and sellers? So let's zoom out for just a second and look at the national picture. Right now, the housing market isn't crashing and it's not booming either. It's kind of stuck. Prices are high, rates are high, and a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines waiting for something to give. What this statement signals is that people in charge are not interested in letting prices fall to fix affordability. Instead, they're betting on this. Lower rates will unlock demand, even if prices stay elevated. And historically, that's exactly what happens. Anytime rates drop meaningfully, buyers don't trickle back in, they rush back in. Especially first-time buyers who were priced out of monthly payments, move-up buyers who've been frozen by the rate lock, or investors who've been waiting quietly. And when demand comes back faster than supply, prices don't go down. They stabilize, or they keep climbing. That's why you're seeing forecasts calling for modest price growth, not decline, even with affordability still being an issue. The shortage of homes hasn't gone away. New construction hasn't caught up, and sellers with low rates aren't rushing to list. So nationally, this points to a market where prices stay firm, competition returns as rates ease, and waiting for a big reset becomes a risky strategy. But here's the key thing most national articles don't talk about. Not all markets feel the same. And that's where Central Arkansas really becomes interesting. Now, let's bring this home, literally, because Central Arkansas does not behave like the national housing market. And that's exactly why people keep moving here. While a lot of the country is talking about $430,000 median prices, most buyers relocating here are still shocked by what their money buys. But here's the important shift happening beneath the surface. If national policy is aimed at protecting home values while easing interest rates, markets like Central Arkansas become pressure points. Why? Because when rates drop, buyers don't go looking in the most expensive markets first. They look for value. And value markets get hit with outsized demand. That means relocation buyers from higher cost states move faster. Move-up buyers stop waiting, and entry-level inventory tightens first. We've already seen this pattern here before. When rates dipped even slightly in the past, competition returned fast, especially in suburban pockets, established neighborhoods, and homes priced where payments make sense. So while this might sound like a national conversation, the reality is this. Places like Little Rock, Benton, Bryan, Cabot, Momel, they feel these shifts earlier and stronger than people expect. And that creates two very different experiences. One for buyers and a very different one for sellers. If you're a buyer watching this, here's the honest truth. Waiting for prices to come down might feel safe, but it's becoming a riskier bet. And I'm not saying that to create urgency. I'm saying it because of how these pieces fit together. If prices are being protected and rates eventually ease, the window buyers are waiting for doesn't look like a crash. It looks more like more competition. Here's the mistake I see buyers making right now. They're watching interest rates like that's the only lever that matters. But in reality, price plus competition matter just as much. A slightly lower rate doesn't help much if you're bidding against multiple offers, you're waiving contingencies, or you're paying over asking price. In Central Arkansas, buyers who win long-term are the ones who understand their payment comfort zone, buy when numbers make sense for them, and they don't try to time the market perfectly, because timing the market perfectly almost never works. What works is positioning, getting ready early, knowing your options, and being able to move when the right home shows up. And that mindset shift is huge, especially for relocation buyers coming from more expensive markets. If you're a homeowner, this is the part you should be paying attention to, because policies like this are designed to do one thing really well: protect your equity. And for a lot of sellers, that's good news. But here's the nuance most people miss. Not every seller benefits the same way. Now, if you're a seller who has equity or is flexible on timing and isn't chasing the absolute peak, you're in solid position, especially if rates come down even a little and buyer demand picks back up. But where sellers get into trouble is assuming prices are going to go up, so I can price however I want. That's not how this market works. Buyers are still payment sensitive. They're informed and they're cautious. Homes that are priced correctly and show well, they move. Homes that are overpriced because of headlines, they sit, and sitting is what hurts value. In Central Arkansas, the best-selling homes right now aren't the cheapest. They're the best aligned. Right price, right condition, and right expectation. If demand increases without inventory increasing alongside it, sellers who are prepared benefit first. So here's the truth most people need to hear, regardless of where you fall. Housing affordability isn't being solved by lower prices, it's being managed. The strategy isn't to reset the market, it's to protect homeowners while easing access for buyers. And that means the old mindset of, I'll just wait until prices drop, is becoming less reliable, especially in markets like Central Arkansas, where prices are already lower than the national average. Demand rises quickly when rates move, and inventory doesn't flood the market overnight. This doesn't mean you should rush. It doesn't mean you should panic. It means you should understand the rules of the game before you make a move. Because the people who win in this market aren't the ones guessing. They're the ones who are informed. And if you're thinking about buying or selling in Central Arkansas, especially if you're relocating or planning your next move, this is exactly why getting local context matters. National headlines don't tell you how this actually plays out street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, or based on your situation. If you got questions about timing, affordability, or what makes sense for you specifically, drop them in the comments. Or if you're planning a move and you want clarity before making a big decision, feel free to reach out directly. If this kind of breakdown is helpful, make sure you're subscribed, because I break down what's happening nationally and what it actually means here in Central Arkansas without the noise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.